Groove is on the line.
Raysflavs Music Stream.
Raysflavs Music Stream, bringing the funk right to your ears.
Ray, enciende el micro y el show empieza ya. La música es buena y él se pone a cantar. La gente en el chat se conecta al Twitch. La voz de Ray se escucha en el universo. La voz de Ray se escucha en el universo. La voz de Ray se escucha en el universo. La voz de Ray se escucha en el universo. La voz de Ray se escucha en el universo. Él canta en su show. Lo puedes encontrar bajo las estrellas en la radio de Ray. Él enciende el micro y el show empieza ya. La música es buena y él se pone a cantar. La gente en el chat se conecta al Twitch. La voz de Ray se escucha en el universo. La voz de Ray se escucha en el universo. La voz de Ray se escucha en el universo. La voz de Ray se escucha en el universo. La voz de Ray se escucha en el universo. Él canta en su show, lo puedes encontrar bajo las estrellas en la radio de Ray.
Groove is on the line.
Raysflavs Music Stream.
Raysflavs Music Stream, bringing the funk right to your ears.
What is up, Juice Gang, and welcome to the Raysflavs Radio Show. This is going to be another amazing show, as always. There are three things that we basically feature here on the Raysflavs Radio Show. If this is your first time joining us, welcome in. It's going to be an amazing night. You're not going to want to miss it because there's three things, like I said, we feature here. Number one, music. Number two is food. And number three is life. Those are the things we cover here, and today is no exception. Holy moly. You know, there's one day that I love, and that is November 13th. Why is that my favorite day, my friends? Because that day is World Kindness Day, my friends. We get to really be kind to each other on that day. We should be kind to each other every single day, but sometimes it's rough, sometimes it's tough because we're human, and life does what life does, and so we have to deal with each other, and that's why we're here today to discuss how can we be kind to each other, not just on November 13th, but throughout the year. My guest today is going to show us that we can be kind every day. And as a matter of fact, she is teaching this to her whole community in a week-long event. November 1st is when it starts, this coming Saturday. It goes all the way to the 13th, culminating in the Day of Kindness, like I said, November 13th. And once that happens, so November 1st all the way to November 13th, culminating in this huge live stream event on her channel. I don't know if it's Instagram or YouTube, what she's going to do, but it's a worldwide Kindness Day event, November 13th, but she's going to get us there on the 1st all the way through the week and show us how to do it. So in order to help us do this, we have no idea because we're such meanie poos. Let's find out how to do this with my friend, Miss Mariana Ampudia. Welcome to the show.
Groove is on the line.
Raysflavs Music
Thank you,
Stream.
everybody. How are you all?
Music
Thank you
Stream,
so much
bringing
for
the funk
hosting
right
me.
to
I
your ears.
appreciate that you do this for me and for the world. You know, the world needs love.
Absolutely, absolutely. The world definitely needs love nowadays, right? Holy moly. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Mariana, thank you so much for coming on the show. How's your day going so far?
It's great. Thank you. I'm in San Diego. We had a beautiful autumn day. Couldn't ask for more. Just feeling amazing. Happy to be
Awesome.
here.
Heck yeah, fantastic. Well, welcome in. Just to start off the show, give everybody a little background of your company. I know you work for UC Davis out there in San Diego. Or what does your company actually do?
Well, it's actually the University of San Diego, UCSD.
UCSD.
And UCSD, it's part of the UCSD. It's a big University, and I'm part of the Centers for Integrative Health at the Center for Mindfulness, and I work with youth. I teach kids, teens, and young adults how to learn to be kinder and more mindful to themselves, and this includes being kind to all of us. Yeah.
Nice. So you specifically dealing with teens and stuff like that?
Yes, so I work with teens, I work with youth, and which I really love to work with youth, especially in this moment that it's a little on the challenging side with so many external challenges. So so that they can have inner resources and they can be kinder and gentle to themselves and treat themselves as best as possible, especially when things don't go their way, because we're human and there's this kind of thing of being perfect, especially online. And it's harsh for them, harsh for everybody.
That's an interesting point. Talk about how that has affected us. We hear that a lot, how social media has kind of made it so we're very anxious. I know I certainly am. I had to create this thing I did. This is how I fix my anxiousness. On the iPhone, at least, I don't know about the Droid, but on the iPhone, you can actually put do not disturb for an hour. Yes. Or what I did is I actually put my address. It knows my address. It knows your location, right? So the minute I drive into my house, the minute I pull up on my driveway, it will turn on do not disturb, no phone calls, no text message will pop up, no alerts unless you're the 5 people, and you know who you are, my wife, my bosses, my mom, my kids. That's it. That's the only people that get into this brain. Well, the minute I get home, I had to do that because it was driving me crazy. I mean, even before when we were preparing to do this show, I'm in my studio. It knows I'm not at my house, so it's like bam, it's like but all the alerts that you normally get when I'm out in the real, they're popping off like crazy today because it knows I'm not at the house. So even before the show, it's like I started getting anxious. Talk about how that anxious feeling is for adults as well as kids, and how it's affecting them, because you're starting to see a lot more anxiousness. You're starting to see depression. You're starting to see a lot of things that we hear about, and certainly we had these before. Depression didn't just start yesterday, or didn't just start with social media. We had these things. We had anxiousness. I don't know. Is what is making this amplified because of social media?
Well, the thing is that, yes, thank you so much. And good for you that you take care of yourself, because it's part of self-care. Self-care is not just getting a facial, or doing your hair. Self-care is also taking care of your inner landscape, what's happening inside you. And what really has happened is that now with social media, with all of this, some of the biggest names in research call it now that we have an epidemic of distractibility. Because we get distractibility. That's a new word. Because
of distractibility.
Because we cannot focus with little notifications, little noises, little bling, 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 all of that. That sends a message to your reward system in the brain that is called that is responsible for the dopamine. Dopamine is one of the hormones that doesn't make you feel good. Like when you do something, you get like a hit of dopamine. And what happens with social media, because they're very, very, very smart, is they just send you the right amount of little notifications so that you're always kind of there. But then they just kind of keep you going like a hamster on the wheel, so you cannot stop. This is why they call the doom scrolling, and especially for young minds.
Wow.
Yes, thank you. Young minds, kids, and young and teens, 20s. Social media says that 13 is a good age, but it really is not, because it's a very specific developmental stage where you know more who you are. But you're trying to fit into okay, am I going to be a girl? Am I going to be a boy? All of a sudden, your parents are not so important anymore. And in your tribe, your peers are super important. And you're trying to fit in, and social media doesn't really help you because there's all of this comparison.
That's
you have these beautiful settings of beautiful girl with a perfect makeup, with a wonderful setting, with amazing clothes, and you strive for this, and you can't make it. It's great for making money for. It's $1 billion industry, the beauty, and $1 billion industry, the social media.
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
really hard for the kids. So you lose yourself into this world. And when you come back to like the normal world, for especially for the boys, for the young adult males, coming back to something normal like nature, it feels like super boring because the video games are incredibly stimulating, and you're like pow pow pow, pow. All of these things are happening, and then you come back to like like looking at a tree, you're like, what?
This is boring, Dad.
What?
Why are we here?
It's boring. But it's like we have like this hyper stimulation of the nervous system.
That's why we can't
Always,
even
like,
be
on alert?
like all of the videos that we make when we do social media. I remember we started
Yes.
off it was like 1 minute, and then it went down
Yes.
to 50 seconds, and then it went down to 30 seconds.
Yes.
And now it's like if you don't make it in 10, 15 seconds, nobody's going to watch it. It's crazy. It's hyperactive, and it draws on what
Yes.
you said earlier. It's the dopamine part of your brain. It's the
Yes.
reward part of your brain, the brain that says you're getting an award for this, and they're giving you just a little taste over and over again, just like a drug, just like heroin, just like alcohol. It's the same part of
Yes.
your brain that gets addicted to the social media. And it's interesting what you said about how now, dude, that was huge what you said about how your parents don't become so important. I mean, even when you were a teen before this, you're like, my parents don't know what I'm talking about. I know everything. I'm growing up. I'm a high school student. But now
Yeah.
you just brought in a whole different level here. You're talking about the community, your social status on community, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook is so hugely important in your life. Why would you even pay attention to your parents? Because you're trying to get these likes. You're trying to get these hits. You're trying to get these hearts on the double tap on the screen with TikTok. Now I know why these kids, they're not even going to pay attention to their parents. They're not going to pay attention to their teachers. They're not going to pay attention to authority. Everything is about that social media status.
It is and it's not, because that's kind of like the wave that we're living in. But then if you can offer them, or they can discover, maybe to begin to trust themselves a little more, you know what, this doesn't feel right, so you offer a mindful practice, like just like 3 simple soothing breaths.
These are the things you're doing online now. If you're not following her, I'm going to put her Instagram in the chat. She is doing inspirational videos on Instagram. They're very helpful, very positive.
Yes.
I've been listening to them. They help you, what you're talking about, kind of break the pattern from what you're used to, and you're stuck in that downward spiral.
Yes.
So yes, you're doing this on Instagram. I just put her Instagram in the chat. Make sure you follow her right there. And every day she's got these inspirational videos. How long have you been creating this type of content to kind of counteract what's going on?
Yeah, well, so I had to, this is like, this is my life work, like in the sense that I am doing this because I love humans and I want humans to be well.
Nice.
So I've been doing this for about a couple of years now. And they're very short practices, 1 minute, a minute and a half. Because, people, like I said, the destructibility, like I don't have time for this. It's like, really? You don't have time to look at your inner landscape?
Yeah, there's no
No, we
time.
need to work on that.
Yeah, but we have time.
But
for
you
everything
spend, the
else.
average teen spends an average of 6 hours on social media. That's the
Wow.
average. And then you have a lot more, then you have a lot less. But I think more, because what happens is, so when you're just so clingy into that, it disturbs your sleep pattern. And then teens are, their brain is, I don't know if you know this, but it's not the hormones. Yes, it's the hormones, but it's not the hormones. It's the second biggest brain transformation in a human's life happens in adolescence. So there's parts of your brain that sometimes, like if you're doing a construction in your home and the pipes don't work, sometimes they're not going to work. That's very interesting research, and this is very recent. It's from like 2019, 2020. We always think as the hormones exploded, and yes, there's a part of hormones explosion in adolescence, but your brain is not really working. So you enter into this world of social media, and your undeveloped brain is just like clingy to these things that are more interesting.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. It's a trip. It's a trip. So you're doing this because you love people. That's how I met you. We met in San Diego. I was filming.
Oh, yeah.
I was filming another episode, and me and my wife were walking by this beautiful Native American store.
Oh.
Beautiful store with real beauty and everything like that. But the real beauty was down below. There's these stairs because this guy's like, go downstairs. I'm like, oh.
The speakeasy, it's a great spot. Yeah.
Yeah, usually I'm no, but my curiosity caught me, so we went down these stairs. It's a little scary. You're going downstairs into this walk, and then boom, you pop in this door with this beautiful underground art gallery in the basement with textiles. You're there. There was people from Oaxaca there, Chile, Peru. You were kind enough to give me a tour and explain all the different meanings of the different blankets and stuff like that. Let me show the audience a little piece of that. I got some pictures that I took. I'm going to show them that real quick.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Let's see. You bought one of those textiles? Nice. So this is her explaining to me
other colectivos is that they do a complete circle, a full circle.
all the different stuff.
Process because we're working on sustainability. We're working on the water infrastructure. They're working on replanting plants that were already kind of extinct. So they're bringing them back so that not only they can use them as a colectivo, but other artisans in their own town can use them to continue the tradition.
So amazing. There's the textiles on the wall right there. Beautiful, beautiful art, butterflies, all these different designs, the meanings that she talks about with these designs. And then these are the Oaxacan women and Peruvian women and Chilean women. I was able to meet them, hang out with them as well. Just amazing, amazing events. And it's a trip because this is your whole brand. This is you, like you love humans. You're about this. How did you even get involved? I mean, the show that I did in San Diego was fantastic. I got to go down to Baja Rips. We had some amazing food. The outside market was incredible that they always have there in San Diego. So it was a great experience, but something that we went to this other French place where they got the macarons and they were fantastic and everything like that. It was a whole wonderful day with my wife, but that experience with you in the basement and the people of the different South American people really that moment had a real effect on me. Seeing the arts, seeing the meeting what tripped me out is they were there. I was like, how did it? The art. Usually, you go to a gallery and you see the art, but if they're from Peru or Oaxaca, they're probably back home. But these people were there in the building. I got to meet the people, and then you talk about sustainability in the video that I just played. Sustainability and how you're helping each of the villages. So we're not just exploiting the artists; we're actually giving back to each different region and the pueblos. And then you explained all that. How did you even get involved in this?
So, well, I have a special love for Oaxaca. Oaxaca, for a very long time, my husband and I have been sponsoring some children. They call them ahijados, the godchildren, for a very, very long time. And a lot of them finished university, and some of them didn't, so they went different ways. But we've been doing this for now, oh my God, I think we're like on year 18 or maybe year 20. And Oaxaca is very special for me. And then my friend Kristen, she's the one who was working with a community in Teotitlán del Valle, because she is her business is sustainability. That's an area in Oaxaca, about 40 minutes from the Oaxaca center. Okay. So, if those of you who don't know Oaxaca, it's a state in southern Mexico, and it's very famous for art, beauty, culture. Beautiful art is incredible. They do this amazing things, and all within the Oaxaca city and around, there's different towns that specialize in doing certain things. For example, there's the ones who do the alebrijes, those little figurines, wood figurines that are very special, and they're all symbolic and then sacred. Other people who do the black clay, or do clay, or the artisans, and then other towns who do the weavings. So my friend Kristen Victor, she works with the people who do the weavings. And what they're doing is they're doing this like a complete sustainable model that they're self-sustainable. They're growing their own plants instead of using chemicals, because the chemicals, even though they might be less expensive, they contaminate the water. So as you know, and then that's the water that they eat from their own agriculture. So all of this process.
Yeah, the people
And
that are in
yes,
this area, it's not like, we're far apart from where the water is. We're even in LA, you can go to the beach, of course, but
Yeah.
but you can go up, you have to drive to get to the river. These people are living next to the Rio, next to the river that feeds their
Yes,
plants,
yes.
that feeds their dogs, their family.
Their
They're
family.
close to all these things. So they have to worry
Yes.
about these things. And these are you bringing up the colors because they use those colors in the textiles they make, right?
Yes, so within the huerta, like their little own farm, they grow they grow like this cactus that creates. It's like the cactus has a little worm that is white and outside, but inside it's burgundy, and that's where they create the burgundy, the
crazy.
red, the purple, and then they have another. It's like a bush. It's called marush. La planta del marush is like a bush, and it has this tone like the color of turmeric, like this very
Orange.
amazing yellow mustard.
Oh,
And then they have another plants that are, they're called, they make the añil, the indigo blue. And it's a whole process. I mean, it's just, I learned so much that weekend. It's like, oh my God.
Wow. So
Yes,
what you're saying
yes.
to me is they're not going down to Home Depot and getting a gallon of red, a gallon of
No,
turquoise, gallon of
exactly.
yellow. They're getting
And-
a worm out of a cactus and squishing
Yes.
it up like Alice in Wonderland, and then
And a whole process.
and then a
Yes, the
bush
whole
to
process.
make another color, and different
Yes.
pieces of natural parts of the earth to make the color. That's crazy.
Yes, exactly. And it's a really long process depending on the color. I think the one that is more processed that takes longer is the blue, the indigo. Because it's from a
wow.
plant, and then they boil it, and then they put it at like this not tanks, but like cement, huge like pools, and then they kind of drain it, and then they take it out. It's just such an amazing process that they're like.
Crazy.
And not only that, they're also helping because they're growing enough plants to sell to the other artisans.
Wow. that's
Self-sufficient and
incredible.
sufficient for others, and that's like a full circle economy.
Wow. Let me show them a little piece of what that's like. I have
Yeah.
a video of them making their textiles. Let me see if I can show them that real quick. Let's see. Here's a little video of them. It's a process. Like each reel of thread, all the little different colors, and slowly but surely to make a blanket. Look at the process, one at a time, each intricate detail, piece by piece, and that's how it's done. It's a crazy process. Wow, that's incredible. And so talk about the process of finding these artists. How does Christina is the one, I think I met her as well. Is she part of the
Kristen, yes, Kristen.
So what is it she goes out there and she says, or she meets these artists?
If you know how the universe works, just like how I met you,
Yeah.
just like that. So she went to it's called Colectivo Bidau, Biidauu, which means sacred whisper in Zapotecan language.
Oh wow.
Like a sacred breath, sacred
That's
whisper. And I'm like,
a-
oh my God, I work with the breath. Let's work together.
Wow, that's amazing.
Because the breath is also a self-regulating mechanism that we all have available to us,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So she went there with some friends, and then she was buying some textiles, and she saw they show them around because they give you a little tour, and some of these artists, his pieces are like in important museums around the world. They are fabulous people.
They're
So
not cheap. They're
they're-
expensive. These are like
yeah, they were
high-end
expensive.
pieces.
I mean,
Yeah.
but the quality is
It's-
they're not. Yes.
The quality, if you feel them, it's thick. But And not only that, it just the fact alone that it's made in actually the place of Oaxaca or Peru or where it's made takes it up a notch too.
And then the Alicia, Alicia, the artisan from Peru, who she weaves by hand, because these people have like a telar, like a, I forgot the word in English, but it's like a mechanical thing.
Yeah,
I showed
him a video of the wood thing.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Yep.
I
But then
showed that.
Alicia, the artisan from Peru, there's like this, like you put it in the waist and she weaves from the hair.
Oh, whoa!
It's super interesting.
Machine.
Completely different method.
Solo machine.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to read, but she knows how to weave.
Wow, that's crazy.
She watches videos, she listens, but she doesn't know how to read. So, some people have just like this organic intelligence and stuff.
100%. So
Yes.
she goes to buy these textiles. She sees the artist, and then she just gets inspired and decides to help.
Yeah,
them too.
and then she talks about, what are you doing with the, what is that? The word? Oh yeah, well we need, we want to expand it. We want to be self-sufficient. So what Kristen did is she grabbed some people who were very kind and generous, and there's one person, his name is Eli Cohen. He's like in the top 5 of water sustainability use. What is the word? The correct and most sustainable use of water in the world. He's from Israel. So he went to Oaxaca and he created a 5-year plan for them to grow the huerta.
So he knows how
all
to
natural.
Make the wells and all that. Like the water wells?
Not only the wells, how to do things organically. You don't, like, very minimum construction, no cement at all. Everything is with rocks, moving the dirt with a tractor or by hand. It's very interesting. But the most important thing that I admire about the Colectivo Vidal is that they're doing the job. They're doing the things. Because a lot of people can offer many things, and they're like, I want to do it, and I'm learning. Even though, learning new things, you have to, kind of expand yourself. You have to kind of and make mistakes. And people now, because of, a lot of judgment maybe online, are very scared of trying new things. Or you stop going, I'm anxious, what they're going to say. And you stop doing the things when true growth happens when you make mistakes.
That's awesome. You have
because if you're not making mistakes, you're not learning, But you can also change the mindset. Instead of being a mistake, it's like, wow, okay, yeah, I think I didn't get it right, but now I know how to do it, and you can figure it out, no?
Yeah, I think I've read some books of where the process of learning, there's this myelin that's wrapped around your set, whatever piece of your brain, right?
Yes, the neurons, yeah. Uh-huh.
And then as you're learning, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So you're literally as you're learning, you're creating. Literally, creation creates pieces in your brain and strengthen those areas of your brain, and you start to. That's the learning process, and it's amazing.
Yes,
the whole
you're
learning
creating
process.
neural connections.
Totally.
New neural connections.
Exactly. Crazy. So let's get into this week-long events you have going on. This is an online event happening on Instagram. It's November 1st, starting this Saturday, all the way to the 13th. This is an amazing idea. You told me about it when we were down there. You had the kind of skeleton of the thing, and we started collaborating together. I'm like, do this, do that, and you're doing it, my girl. I'm so happy for you.
I'm like, yes. Thank you.
The videos are popping off. You did that beautiful intro video that came out. Everybody's excited about it. You got an awesome flyer, Kindness Flyer Week. It's happening. People can get involved because what they're going to do is every day they're going to post, right? Something that they did good, and they're going to collab with you. Hit the collab button with you. You're going to accept it. It's going to show up on your screen. You're going to share it to your stories, the different things that people have done in kindness from the 1st all the way to the 13th. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. So thank you so much, Ray. I think we just kind of talked, and I saw you with the mic when you were at the expo, at the exhibition, and I'm like, oh my God, well, and then you were so kind Soca here is an example of kindness because you tell me, do this, do that, and I'm like, and I'm taking notes. Okay.
You wrote it down.
And then I'm like, I'm going to do it, man. I'm just going to do it because I never done anything online, by the way. So I'm like, first time ever. But again, if I don't do it, then I do not expand.
Here
I do
you are
not.
today. This is new to you too.
Yes.
You've never been interviewed before, right?
No.
There you go. Now you're a rock star.
So, yes. Okay, so the idea is basically this. World Kindness Day started like in the 1990s through a series, a few ONGs that got together. And because, there's a lot of, let me see, the bad news get the most exposure.
100%.
Because they tap into the fear. Into the fear and into the like if you're like you're my enemy, the fear and the fight or flight, I don't like you. So obviously the bad news get the most things.
Yeah.
But the way that we live our life is through good things. Most of the time, I mean,
yeah.
Yes, but most of the time you're not gonna. The news are not gonna tell you, "Oh my God, the sunset was amazing." You have to practice to notice. So it's like a practice, like going to the gym.
People are popping in the chat now. What's up, Starfire Nows? We are here. If you're just joining us, Mariana Ampudia is here. Ampudia, and she is talking about her week of kindness, November 1st to November 13th. November 13th is World Kindness Day, and she's going to have a whole week of it. You're going to do things that are kind. You're going to tag her on her Instagram. The Instagram's right there in the chat, and she's going to show us right now how to do that. She's talking about how things are, man. If you try to put out a channel, and Starfire knows this, you try to put out a channel about kindness, you try to put out a channel about no cussing, no nudity, guess what, you're not gonna go viral. But we're still gonna do it. Mariana's gonna show us how to do it. She's gonna blow up because kindness always win. Continue, Mariana. How do we do this?
Thank you. So the challenge is very simple. First, I chose 13 days because I figure we can all do kind of 13 days. It's not 14 weeks. It's not 14. It's not 30 days. You can do 13 days. Yeah,
so
something in the middle.
Everybody says they can't do the whole month. Some people say they can't do the week.
I know.
So you get 13 right there.
But whatever you can do. The most important is that you do it. And kindness is it's a contagious emotion. It's not like COVID. It's contagious in the good way. So if you do a random act of kindness, you're gonna feel good, and the other person is gonna feel good, and that other person is gonna be like, "Oh my God, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do something too." And so that's the intention of of using social media for a good thing.
Dude,
yes.
I love this. Everything she does, I love. It starts to blow. It starts to go. Once you start snowballing, now she's doing the kindness thing for the week, and then you start doing it, and somebody else does it. It becomes intoxicating.
Yes, it's a snowball effect, but in positive.
And it's fighting against what we were talking about earlier. It's the positive versus the negative. That's awesome.
Yes, because our mind is designed for survival. We are a species at the end.
Yes.
And my main thing as a species is to survive.
Right.
So any threat, they say our mind is Teflon for the good things and Velcro for the bad things.
That's not good.
So if I can tell you 100 things that I appreciate, I can tell you 100 things about you, Ray. 99 that I appreciate, and one that I'm like, oh, well, Ray, maybe you have a little bit of room for improvement. And guess what? Which one you're gonna remember?
I'm gonna remember the bad one. But if you have 99 good things about me, you should hang out with my wife more. You'll bring that number way down. It'll be like 20. Everything else is bad. 70% is bad. That's
but this is something. So this is the. Oh yeah, please.
Starfire Nell says that's how I try to live my life. Always be kind. Let's go, Starfire Nell. Starfire
Nell
is going to do
thank
this.
you, Starfire. But you can change. You can retrain your mind. So let's just start by, as a human, we're born with this. We're born with the seeds of kindness. We're born with the seeds of compassion. You can even see it in research. Very small babies, 3, 4, 5 months, they want to be kind to you. They want to give you something. So we're there. So what we're doing here is we're just nurturing the seeds. Like a plant, you have to water it, put some nice soil, leave it in the sun, do a little trimming. That's what we're doing. So this is a practice. And like any skill building, it takes practice. Excuse me for repeating, but so the intention for the 13 days of kindness is for you to, if you do it consistently, then at some point it becomes just kind of like, oh, this feels good. I want to keep on going with this, So it becomes kind of automatic. And it doesn't need to be like a huge thing. Like you can, maybe smile.
Yeah, give us some examples.
Smiling. Smile. Smile to someone. That's like, everybody's like on the phone and you're like, this is my phone, like, no, smile to someone. If you're in school, if you're a teen or a young person and you see someone sitting alone, it's like, hey, do you want to sit with me? Those things like huge. That. Maybe leaving a note, like a written note. Mom, thank you for my lunch.
Wow.
She's going to love you guys.
Oh, yeah. All these things.
Do something creative. A post-it. Just a post-it.
What other things, like what about, you talked about mothers, what about things that we could do? Like you brought up a great thing about, when you're in school, especially for the kids, they could say hi to somebody that they don't know. That. So kids, if you're listening right now, one of the ideas right there is if you're in school right now, go to somebody that nobody talks to, maybe you've never talked to, stretch yourself, get yourself out there, and talk to this person, because this is what happens. These kids, they're alone. You don't know what they're thinking in their head. Next thing you know, it's a ba and everything like that. You don't want those bad things to happen. So talk to these kids, be their friend, be the friend that they don't have, so that they don't think bad thoughts, and they get encouraged. That's number one, kids. There's my idea for you. And then give us some ideas for adults, Mariana. What can adults do?
Well, maybe like, thank somebody for doing something. I don't know, maybe like a coworker who's always, nice.
She said leave
open the door. Open the door for someone. Buy the coffee for the person behind you.
Nice. Shawnee said leave a note on her friend. She leaves notes on her coworker's desk, little thank you notes.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, and those things make you feel good. And I bet you that those coworkers are like, oh yeah, she's nice.
Oh heck yeah!
Yeah.
There's a what's that book that's like How to Make Friends or something like that? Part of that whole book. Do you know what that book is?
No, but I can imagine.
It's like I forgot. I read it a long time ago. It's like something about how to 10 ways of how to make friends or something like that. I forgot what it is. But the gist of that book is basically the thing you're talking about, being kind. It's interesting. If you're out there and you're shy and you have difficulty meeting people, one of the interesting things I learned from that book is how, just what you're saying, like if you can just give somebody a compliment or be kind to them, you'll be surprised at how much rapport you can get with the person, because nobody hears or not nobody, but not oftentimes, like, do we hear like good things about stuff. Somebody told me the other day what a great dad I was. That I get excited when I hear that, like, because nobody says the dads out there, I got your back. You know how it is, brothers. You know we get no, like, we're the last person, because women are so amazing and moms are so amazing too. They need my love, but sometimes the guys need a little love too. So you say a good compliment to a guy like that, oh, he's gonna get excited.
Yes. And I want to, about talking about for the men, it's a little challenging in the sense that, we, depending on where you have grown up, the expressing of emotions, it's a little not very well seen, because there's, like this alpha male and stuff like that. Yeah. And so this woman, her name is Brené Brown. She's the top researcher of vulnerability, and she says that there's no vulnerability without being courageous.
Yeah.
So in order for you to be sweet and tender, there needs to be a little part of you that is exposed, but at the end is very courageous.
Yeah, I know that girl.
So for all the men out there, this is like, for example, like the Twitch or other communities, this is a way for you to bond. I guess it's a healthy way for you to bond. And I am so sorry that a lot of the men do not get the compliments, or they don't feel really comfortable receiving them too.
That's a problem. Part of the problem. You're right. The thing I didn't mention is like we get like, what's wrong with you? What do we? Like we're not used to it.
What?
We're not used to it. Of course. The receiving part is a whole thing. We need to come up. We're gonna have to do another show. We've got so many topics. We'll be here forever. But
we can talk about the toxic environment that the manosphere, that it's very alluring for the young ones, especially because you have like this powerful guys. I mean, strong guys with the Lamborghinis behind and the $300,000 watch and and that's like a symbol status, but it's not really like something that makes you really happy.
Interesting. Yeah.
But,
it's a symbol status. It gives you that kind of. There's a philosopher who talks about mask. Like we wear a mask, and sometimes the mask to protect yourself. You talked about it earlier, flight or flight.
Obviously.
Protecting the self. Those masks that we put on to protect ourselves. But bringing in that vulnerability. This is going to be an amazing experience for the week. An experimental experiment of people in your community and stretching out your community. This is our goal here tonight, is by letting people know who you are, what your brand is, because it's going to explode. This whole thing about kindness, it's an experiment that's going to happen with her community, and it's going to branch off into other communities. Let's read a little bit more of what we got in the chat here. Shawnee says, people are usually friendly to me. It's rare when someone who is just plain rude and disrespectful. Awesome. Shawnee has good luck. Nice people see her. That means you got a good vibe, Shawnee. And people will speak up for me when they see someone who is being disrespectful. See, because you're a nice person, Shawnee. Everybody loves you. Yes. One of my coworkers said that I'm too sweet. They don't want to see me angry. Let me ask you a question though, Shawnee. Sometimes nice people who are quiet or sweet, they got that fire in them that can come out if you mess with them. Shawnee, do you got that fire? Put a fire in the chat if you got that fire, Shawnee. I want to see it. There we go. Oh man. Crazy.
Can I say something about anger? Because actually this week with my kids and my teens, we're talking about anger. Anger in itself is not a negative emotion. It's what we do with the anger. Anger is actually information for you. That like this person on the chat that is not right, and it makes you take action onto this. Like for example, a negative example.
I knew it.
Yeah,
she's like me. I love it. I love Shawnee.
Yes, but it gives you. Sometimes you have to. You stand up for what's right for you, your values. What are your values? Sometimes, good, for example, a good example of anger, of doing something with anger is like Greta Thunberg. That young girl who's autistic, by the way. And she does, every Friday, she stands outside the parliament. I don't know if it's in Finland or in Norway or in Sweden. And she fights for climate change. The girl with the red head and the braids. So she chose to do something with that anger, do something positive. Do something negative would be, being violent, hurting someone, doing those kinds of things.
So let me try to understand. She's autistic. With that, does she? Because some autistic people get like anger, like they lash out. Does she have that?
Well, no. She. She isn't in somewhere in the spectrum, but she's a very bright woman. She's a woman because she started when she was 13.
Wow.
Freitag for climate. Every Friday she would send outside Greta Thunberg.
Greta Thunberg. Check her out.
Yeah, she is. She's very famous in all of the climate. She's been, even our president made fun of her and stuff because just those redhead and stuff. I don't know, just so you can do something with anger in a positive way. Stand up for something. Say no. Put a limit, and yeah, it gives you information.
This way, it starts to have to do with like boundaries, right? You start to put
set boundaries. That's very important, especially for young people. Boundaries. I think research shows that those people who play actually on Twitch is the video games.
Oh yeah.
But in other platforms, on Roblox or something, 100% of the people who play on those platforms are going to get some sort of sexual advancement. Someone online,
Wait. You just said the magic word.
100%.
So if you play on Roblox, you're going to get a sexual advancement?
I don't know if it's on Roblox, but it's on the platforms that you play online. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact data, the exact names, but there is like spaces where they get you to go to places that are show you things that you don't supposed to.
Predators, you mean?
Yes, the Predator.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I heard about that. Roblox is messed up. So, like, Roblox is an awesome place for kids. It's a bunch of video games, bitch. You can make your own ass. But then the freaking adults go in there and try to be.
Then you open some windows and then you see something that you're like, ooh, that's not for me, you know?
They do that on Discord too. They're bringing in our kids to weird stuff on Discord because it's Discord. It's a kind of a community. It's a smaller community, and it's not all the communities. Kids, just so you know, alert! Not all the Discord communities are positive and where you should be. Be sure to check with your parents when you're on Discord. And if you're on Discord, you shouldn't be afraid to be around your parents while you're on Discord. Kids, don't hide that stuff because some of this stuff is very bad and you shouldn't be watching it.
So something also to be kind to bringing back about the World Kindness Day is, if you whatever you're going to say online, is it kind? Will I say this to a person in front of me?
Nice.
That's a very important thing. So, for example, people are online. There's a lot of hate and like that vitriol. Like poisonous comments, because that's what gets the conversation going, and that's what gets most engagement.
They feel safe. They're talking crap to somebody.
And so behind the computer, you can say whatever you want. Yeah. So think about it. Something to be kind during the kindness 13 days of kindness challenge. If what you're gonna say is this kind, will you say it to someone in person? And if not, maybe reframe it, change it.
Why are you saying? Is that because some of us are going to have to stretch out of our comfort zone? Some of us don't really, since we haven't been doing it a lot, since we aren't trained in it. We might not be trained in how to be kind. So you're saying we got to be careful. We got to practice.
Yes, but practice makes perfect. Remember, this is an innate quality in all of the humans. So once you do it once or twice, it's going to come out naturally.
Nice.
Because it's already there. So that's my intention with this challenge. Like, okay, so let's bring the spark. Let's bring out the love. Let's bring the community, because we need each other. We're social beings. In this loneliness and isolation, it's not really a good thing. It's unhealthy.
Right. Yeah, nobody goes anywhere. People. We have meetings on Zoom. We're not talking to each other face to face. We're gonna really have to step out of our comfort zone. Really do something uniquely kind for somebody during this week. Let's talk about do something uniquely kind for somebody. I think this is gonna be great for those of you who are used to doing things that will be easy. If you're like me, I'm very introverted, so doing something kind for a stranger might be very difficult. This is going to be a challenge for some of us, right?
Well, you can start with your children, I mean, if you want to go with your family. Because that inspire you. Exactly. So maybe if you're having difficulty of finding something, it's like, what would I do what can I do for a good friend?
Nice.
Maybe that can be an inspiration. Like, oh, well, you know what? I will probably, I don't know, send her a message, like an audio message. Hey, friendy, I love you. I'm thinking about you. Mwah. Something. So that makes you feel great.
Can we say I love you, friendy, to a stranger, though? I don't know if you want to start like that.
Well, no, not to a stranger, but I'm saying like as ideas of doing for if you cannot find things to do, maybe start with the people around you.
That's
the ones that you feel trusted.
Yeah.
And if you want to go, maybe bigger, volunteer at a local charity, a soup kitchen, maybe an animal shelter, or maybe check out your closet and maybe there's some things that like, this one doesn't feel good anymore, and go donate it. Wow. That makes you feel good.
Huge. This is
maybe write thank you notes to some people. People
like
who say thank you to the trash guy. I mean, this person just think.
Trash guy.
Yeah, the trash man. He's every week taking out our trash, with a machine, that is really, really noisy, and everybody just ignores them. It's like, hey, thank you, person.
You know what I used to do to my trash guy? It's because they don't have air conditioning in their truck. So every time I saw them, I would give them a bottle of water, 2 bottles of water. But sometimes when it was COVID and I was home, I was already cooking. I'll get them give him like 12 wings or something like that. Whatever I'm cooking, I'll give him some food, and then that dude, anything that was on my curb, if I put it out there, he'll pick it up. It could be a car out there, he'll pick it up. He'll figure out a way to get in the truck.
Wow,
so
that's wonderful.
Be nice to your trash guy for sure.
Yes.
Shawnee says, very true. I think staying home during the lockdown and constantly being home with my children, it was a breath of fresh air. Finally getting back to work, it made me very talkative when I wasn't before. Nice, dude. That's the best. Yes. Thank you, Shawnee. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was fun. Getting to meet my trash guy was awesome because there's this thing that happens when you are doing things for people that there's this connection that happens because you don't just end up doing something for them. It ends up becoming in the best case scenario, it can become a great relationship. Because I started knowing that guy, and we talked about stuff. He started knowing about his family. All of a sudden, we just talked for a little bit in the few moments that we had, because he got to go do his job. We had a conversation, and I love having conversations. That's what the show's all about. So that part I love too. Is like it's almost natural to me to like want to be nice to somebody, because then I can conversate with them.
Yes, just how we met.
Yeah, dude, I met you.
That's exactly how we
introduced me to the Peruvians and the Oaxacans and the Chileans and the dude with the master chef of the textiles there, and he's talking to Mike and everybody. And now we're on the show, which is amazing, and we're learning about you.
So. Another wonderful thing for you to inspire. There's a lot of research about neuroscience research about kindness, because when you do a random act of kindness, you spread that oxytocin. Oxytocin they call it the cuddle hormone or the feel good hormone, because it makes you feel good. So when a baby's crying. When a baby's crying and the mom goes there or the caregiver goes and holds, there's a release of oxytocin there. That's a feel-good chemical. So, even if it's a small thing, like a random, minimal act of kindness, it's going to send you like a little shot of oxytocin that's going to make you feel good. And even a small act of kindness has a big, big, big ripple effect, because it's like a wave,
Amazing.
That's the intention.
That's the goal. This is going to spread like wildfire. We talked about examples of kindness. We talked about stretching ourselves out of our comfort zone, making the kindness happen to strangers. We talked about just how to do it. We talked about examples, like I said. Now let's talk about how this party's going to culminate. We know we want to spread this like wildfire, and by November 13th, it's going to explode. Where's this party happening? The streaming party? Is it going to happen on YouTube? Is it going to be on your Instagram? How's it going to happen?
Yes, on Instagram.
So you're going to go live on Instagram?
Well, I never done it, so I don't know. Can I say live that I don't know what I'm doing?
This is what I wanted. That's why I'm questioning, because I want to talk about
Thank you.
that.
Did I blush?
No, this is when me and you get together, things happen. So that's why I wanted to talk about it. And I don't care if we're live. We're not with strangers. By the way, we're not with strangers. This is Juice Gang community. Juice Gang, Juice Gang, Juice Gang. This is our community. So these people are safe, and this is a safe community. We can talk about anything.
Thank you. And thank you for hanging out. Yeah, so I imagine that it's going to be on Instagram, because that's something I know how to press a button, and I can do that.
And you have the
1,000, right? I'm trying to figure out the time, because, by the way, I'm going to do this also in Spanish, 13 días de amabilidad, and I'm going to send it to all my friends all over the world that I have, because I really want to spread, like the good vibe. I'm trying to figure out the times, like what's a good time. I don't know.
So
maybe
this is all going to be in Spanish.
It's gonna be in no. The challenge is both in English and Spanish.
Oh, okay.
The party. I guess I'm gonna have to do it bilingual,
Yeah, bilingual. So that's perfect.
or like half an hour one and half an hour the other. So
Or
that it's
Spanglish. Here in LA, we talk Spanglish.
Spanglish. Yeah,
So we're
we're
good.
here in California.
Yeah, either way. So, but you don't. Have you tried to go live on your Instagram before?
Never.
Okay, try, because you don't have the 1,000. You need to have 1,000 followers to go live.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have the 1,000.
Okay.
So that's gonna be so. This is the week to do it. So this is the
Okay.
week to
And what
start.
about TikTok?
And TikTok, you need 1,000. So do you have 1,000?
Okay,
on
so
TikTok?
minimum 1,000. Okay, well, no, of course
Okay.
not. I have 17.
Nice. Yeah,
I just started.
cool. So what about YouTube? Do you have a YouTube channel?
I have a YouTube channel that I never used, but
So
yeah. So
start to
YouTube
play
is
with that.
doesn't need that.
Start to play with that and start to go live on your. See if you
Okay.
can go live on your phone. I don't know how many you need on YouTube. See if you can go live. But even if that doesn't, we're gonna have a backup plan for you. Because here's the thing:
Okay.
we've
Thank
got
you.
more than 13 days. You need to push your Instagram hard the next 13 days. Like
Okay.
the videos that your guy's making. Can he make you more videos like that?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, he can.
So
He's my neighbor.
Yeah. So
Thank you, guys.
that was a perfect video. So you have the intro video done. We're already done with the intro video. So now you need to think about a second concept. Make another video, same shot, same lighting, everything. The way he shot it, really clean, and talk about what we just talked about. Well, remember, you have the notes. What is kindness?
I have the notes.
What is kindness?
Yes.
Wasn't that the one thing I said? What is kindness? Define
Yes.
kindness. That's one video. And then the second video is, what can we do to be kind? What are the things that we can do to be kind? That's the second video. And then the third video, I think I said, was the effect of kindness. And we talked about all these things here. So if you want to rewatch the show, you can see, you can get some ideas. So what
Yes.
is kindness? What can we do? And the effect of kindness. Those three things are the videos kind of content that you want to make. And start pushing those and start collaborating with people like you've been doing with me. Now you know about the collaboration button. I taught you that because you've been collaborating with me now. Every time I put out a video, make sure you say yes to the collaboration. Don't just leave it there sitting in the messages. Collaborate. Start pushing,
Okay.
start pushing. Do 10 to 15 stories a day on your story. And then I have to show you something called location marketing, which I'll have to show you off camera, so you can start to blow up your Instagram, because you have to get 1,000 followers by November 13th so that you can go live. This is the party. You have a party that's going to happen. You got the drinks. You got the people. You got the DJ. But the one thing you don't
Yes.
have is location. We're going to work on location.
Okay.
Cool.
Location marketing.
Location
Yes.
marketing.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
So that's what we got to do. This is going to be a party. You are invited, Juice Gang, November 13th. All you have to do to sign up is just follow her on Instagram. I put her Instagram in the chat.
Thank you.
Juice Gang, this is your chance to do something. Find Mariana _Ampudia and find her and view the stories that she's going to have. She's going to have 15 stories a day on there of stuff she does. You have a lot of content on your Instagram, so just do what
Working
you've
on
been
that.
doing. Do what you've been doing.
Yes. Can I add one more thing? Thank you for saying all of this, and thank you for your teachings.
Absolutely.
So it's do one random act of kindness. The most important thing besides posting, because and I really appreciate if you post and you tag me and stuff, is notice how you feel.
Nice.
Because that's where you're making the connections, the new neural connections of the feel-good chemicals that make you feel happier. That the oxytocin, that like you get like this help. It's called helper's high. Like when you do something, you're like, wow, that's awesome. I love it, and you want to keep on going. That's what it's like. You want to turn on the motivation button. A motor
Yes.
in your body, in your mind, in your heart.
Clip that. So you see, that's what's I think is missing from your content. Like you do a lot of practice in your reels. Now I need you to concentrate on the why, the effect. the way you explain how the effect is amazing. Like if you tell me you should be kind because this is how it's going to make you feel, I'm going to do it in 10 minutes. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do it because you said that I will feel this way. That's the call to action. What's going to make it's going to make me do what? And so you need to come out with content like that every single day. And the reason why I'm telling you guys to tag her and collaborate with it, because she's going to accept all collaborations. I'm going to tell she has no choice. I'm telling her right now, she's going to do this. You're going to accept
I'm going to do it.
all the collaborations.
I will push the button.
The reason, and it's going to be from strangers as long as it's not nudity or cussing or anything weird like that.
Yes,
you're going to accept them because when you do that, now you have their audience. Now you have the other people's audience. Woohoo! Guess what? That's the thing. You see how I'm getting you to 1,000 by November 13th?
Yes.
Collaboration. Start to build community. You have a community, start to build it bigger. And then November 13th, we're going to have a big party.
Okay.
Cool.
And yes, please.
Awesome. All right, Juice Gang, here's your chance to do something amazing. Follow Mariana on her Instagram. She's going to tag her on the videos. Kindness. What can we do? What have you been doing? Show the kindness. November 1st and November 13th, tag her on everything so she can get it up in the stories, get it up on the reels. She's going to have so much content by the time the 13th happens. She's going to have over 1,000 followers. We're going to have a big party on November 13th on Instagram. She's going to go live. She's going to talk on November 13th for at least an hour, and she's going to invite guests live to come on with her and talk to her while she's live. So it's going to be amazing. So Mariana, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you, Ray. Thank you, everybody, for spending this time. And yes, I hope to see you soon.
Awesome.
And yes, I don't know what else to say. Thank you. Gracias.
That's it. Great job. Juice Gang. Juice Gang. That's all the time we have. Stay thirsty, my friends, and not dangerous. Have a great one.
Bye.